How do I recover my stolen inheritance? If you believe your inheritance has been stolen, the first step is to contact an experienced probate litigation attorney. They can help you understand your legal options, what type of proof you'll need to recover your stolen inheritance successfully. The steps you'll need to take to address the theft depend on how your inheritance was stolen. For instance, someone may have illegally manipulated your loved one to change their will before they died, or forged a will leaving your inheritance to them. Inheritance theft can also occur after death if someone takes a physical item that's left to you in the will, or if the executor misappropriates the assets. Whatever your situation, it's crucial to work with a probate litigation lawyer throughout the process. A probate litigation attorney can advise you on the best course of action for your particular circumstances and guide you through every step of the process. If you have questions, give us a call, shoot us an email, or schedule a free consultation at rmolawyers.com. What do I do if I was cheated out of my inheritance? If you've been cheated out of your inheritance, the first thing you should do is consult with an experienced probate litigation attorney. Inheritance disputes can be very complex, and it's critically important to have legal representation to understand and protect your rights. That all being said, there are some additional steps that you can take to increase the chances of recovering your stolen inheritance. First, keeping records of any communication with the person who took your inheritance is important. It's also advisable to communicate via email or text or whatever written process you have whenever possible so that you have a record of those conversations. Additionally, you should keep information about dates and times and any suspicious or unusual behavior around what happened with the theft. Even if you're unsure about who stole the item, providing any relevant information can be helpful in tracking it down. Finally, it's worth asking for your inheritance back directly from the person who took it. In some cases, the person may be willing to return the property if confronted. But if they're unwilling to return your inheritance, then you're likely going to need to take court action. How do you fight for your inheritance? The first step in fighting for your inheritance is understanding how your inheritance was taken. If the issue is with a fraudulent or unduly influenced will, you can file a will contest in probate court, which is simply a legal challenge to the validity of that document. However, in order to contest a will, you're going to need specific legal grounds to do that. Some of the most common reasons for contesting a will are: 1, undue influence. Undue influence occurs when someone uses their position of power to convince someone to change their will when they otherwise wouldn't have done that. 2, duress. Duress occurs when someone threatens to inflict physical injury or other types of harm in order to coerce the person into changing their will. 3, fraud. Fraud can occur if the testator is fooled into believing something that isn't true, which causes them to change their will or create a will, or if someone tricks them into signing an updated will by claiming it's another document, for example. 4, forgery. Forgery occurs simply when someone falsifies the document or the signatures on the document. 5, lack of testamentary capacity. Lack of testamentary capacity simply means that the person who is executing the document wasn't mentally competent enough to understand the nature of what they were doing. 6, failure to follow legal formalities. A will may be invalidated if it fails to comply with state law, such as in California, being properly witnessed. Each and every situation is unique, so it's important to speak with an experienced probate litigation lawyer about the facts of your case. Your probate litigation attorney is going to be able to review the circumstances of your case and advise you best on how to proceed. Can I sue my brother or sister for stealing my inheritance? Yes, and it's very common to do so. However, in our experience, you might be able to recover your stolen inheritance without resorting to a lawsuit with the help of an experienced probate litigation attorney. Sometimes a sibling who steals an inheritance voluntarily returns it after receiving a demand letter from a lawyer that lays out the risks that they really have from failing to return it. For example, the California Probate Code allows for a victim of inheritance theft to pursue double damages, treble damages, punitive damages, disinheritance, attorney's fees, and costs in particularly egregious circumstances. So sometimes a letter explaining to the sibling or other thief the potential consequences for failing to return the property can be sufficient to convince them to return the inheritance. If not, then you're going to need to pursue your claims in court. How do I find out if I got an inheritance? In California, our probate laws provide that when someone files a petition to probate a will, they must provide notice at least 15 days before the date that the hearing is scheduled before the court to all of the following people. 1, all of the deceased legal heirs. 2, all of the people who are named as beneficiaries in the will that is being probated. And 3, all of the people appointed as executors or alternative or successor executors in the will. That notice is going to provide instructions for how you can get involved in the court proceedings. And the executor should contact you if you're named in the will to provide you with your inheritance. You can also request a copy of the will to determine what you'll inherit once the estate is administered. If you believe you're entitled to an inheritance but have not received notice or any other communication from the estate's personal representative, you should discuss those circumstances with a probate litigation attorney as soon as possible so that you can take whatever steps are necessary to secure and protect your inheritance. Have questions? At RMO, we protect people like you every day. Give us a call, shoot us an email, or schedule a free consultation at rmolawyers.com. Thanks for watching.